My sister-in-law ordered lobster and expensive wine. I said separate checks and chaos ensued. 31F, just caused a family meltdown at a restaurant. And honestly, I'd do it again. This is the story of how I finally set boundaries with my entitled sister-in-law and how one dinner destroyed family harmony that was built on me being a doormat. The background. My husband Chris, 33M, and I have been married for 4 years. We both work in tech, make good money, and live comfortably. Chris's sister, Vanessa, 29F, is a piece of work. She's never had a stable job. She's worked as a social media influencer, 400 followers, a life coach, no certifications, a wellness consultant, sold MLM products for 3 months, and currently describes herself as an entrepreneur, unemployed. She lives with her boyfriend Derek, 30M, who works part-time at a vape shop and spends the rest of his time working on his music, playing guitar in his garage. Neither of them has money. Ever. But they live like they do. The pattern. Here's how every family dinner has gone for the past 4 years. Someone suggests dinner. Vanessa immediately picks an expensive restaurant. Everyone shows up. Vanessa orders the most expensive items on the menu. The check comes. Vanessa and Derek sit in silence. Chris and I end up covering their portion, just this once. Every single
time.
Just this once has happened approximately 47 times in 4 years. I started counting after the 20th time. The worst was Chris's birthday dinner last year. We went to a steakhouse. Chris and I ordered reasonably steaks, a couple drinks, shared appetizer. Vanessa ordered filet mignon, market price, $89, lobster tail add-on, $45, 3 cocktails, $18 each, appetizer for the table that only she ate, $32, dessert, $15. Her bill alone was $235. When the check came, she looked at it and said, "Wow, birthday dinners are expensive." Then looked at me expectantly. I paid it because it was Chris's birthday and I didn't want to cause a scene. Derek, by the way, ordered a $75 steak and 4 beers. Another $95. So on Chris's birthday, I paid $330 for Vanessa and Derek to eat while they contributed nothing. Not even a card. Chris was upset, but didn't want to confront his sister. It's complicated. She's family. She's going through a hard time. She's always going through a hard time. The entitlement escalates. It wasn't just dinners. Vanessa expected expensive birthday gifts while giving us gift cards to places like TJ Maxx for $15. She expected us to host holidays and provide all the food while she showed up empty-handed. She borrowed $500 from Chris 2 years ago to invest in her business. Never paid it back. The business folded in 3 weeks. She asked to stay with us for a few days when her lease was up. Stayed for 6 weeks. Didn't contribute to groceries. Left the place a mess. She assumed we'd pay for her drinks when we all went out. She assumed we'd cover her Uber home. She assumed everything. And we let her. Because family. The final straw. 3 weeks ago, Chris's mom Barbara, 61F, suggested a family dinner for her birthday. Nothing fancy, she said. Just family. Good food. Good company. Vanessa immediately suggested the Pearl, a super upscale seafood restaurant downtown. Mom deserves somewhere nice. Vanessa said in the family group chat. I messaged Chris privately. The Pearl is $. Who's paying? Chris. It's Mom's birthday. We'll figure it out. Me. That means we're paying. Chris. Let's just see how it goes. I had a bad feeling. The dinner. We showed up at the Pearl on Saturday night. The whole family. Barbara, birthday girl, Chris's dad Tom, 63M, Chris and me Vanessa, and Derek Chris's brother Mike, 35M, and his wife Sarah, 34F. 8 people total. We got seated at a nice table. The waiter brought menus. I glanced at the prices and died a little inside. Entrees ranged from $45 to $95. Wine by the glass was $15 to $25. Order anything you want, Vanessa announced. Mom's birthday is special. Easy to say when you're not paying. Barbara ordered a reasonable pasta dish, $38, and water. Tom ordered salmon, $52, and 1 glass of wine. Mike and Sarah ordered mid-range items, chicken dish and fish, both around $45, split an appetizer, one glass of wine each. Chris and I ordered thoughtfully. I got the chicken, $44. Chris got a steak, $62. We split a side, one glass of wine each. Then it was Vanessa and Derek's turn. The order. Vanessa studied the menu like she was taking an exam. I'll start with the oysters, she told the waiter. $36 for a dozen. I'll do the shrimp cocktail, Derek added. $28. Appetizers, $64. For my main, I'll have the lobster. She smiled sweetly. The 2-pound one. The 2-pound lobster was market price. Listed at the bottom of the menu. $175. I'll do the surf and turf, Derek said. Filet and lobster tail. $95. And for wine, Vanessa continued, we'll take a bottle of the Camus. The waiter's eyes widened slightly. The Camus Cabernet? Yes, that one. I looked at the wine list. Camus Cabernet, $180 per bottle. My mental math was immediate. Vanessa and Derek's bill. Appetizers, $64, plus lobster, $175, plus surf and turf, $95, plus wine, $180, equals $514. For 2 people. The rest of the table had ordered maybe $400 total. Vanessa and Derek were outspending everyone else combined. The waiter took our orders and left. Vanessa was giddy. This is going to be amazing, Mom. You're going to love this place. Barbara looked uncomfortable. Honey, that's a lot of food. It's your birthday. You deserve to celebrate. I leaned over to Chris and whispered, we're not paying for them. Let's talk about this later.
No.
I'm serious. I'm not paying $500 for your sister and her boyfriend to eat lobster and drink expensive wine. It's Mom's birthday.
Exactly.
Your mom ordered a $38 pasta. Meanwhile, Vanessa ordered $175 lobster on someone else's dime. What do you want me to do? When the check comes, ask for separate checks. His face went pale. I can't do that. Then I will. Maya. I'm done, Chris. I'm done subsidizing your sister's champagne taste on our beer budget. He didn't respond. The meal. Dinner arrived in courses. Vanessa and Derek's oysters and shrimp cocktail came out. They devoured them. Didn't offer to share. Vanessa poured herself a generous glass of the $180 wine. Then poured one for Derek. Then topped off both glasses. They were the only ones drinking it. This wine is incredible, Vanessa announced to the table. Derek, isn't this amazing? So good, he agreed. Barbara took a small sip when offered. It's very nice. Tom declined. I'm good with my glass, thanks. The bottle was essentially Vanessa and Derek's $180 personal wine stash. Entrees arrived. Vanessa's lobster was massive. Derek's surf and turf looked like something from a magazine. They ate like royalty. Meanwhile, I ate my $44 chicken and mentally prepared for war. The check. Dessert came and went. Vanessa and Derek ordered the chocolate lava cake to share, $18. Finally, the waiter approached with the check. I can split this however you'd like, he said. Before anyone could respond, Vanessa jumped in. Just put it all on one check. We'll figure it out. That was her play. One check. Everyone's staring at a massive total. Social pressure to just split it evenly. Except splitting it evenly meant everyone would pay $200 plus per couple. For a meal where some people spent $80 total and others spent $500. The waiter set down the check presenter. No one reached for it. Everyone looked at Chris and me. Because we always paid. I smiled at the waiter. Actually, can we do separate checks? The table went silent. Of course, the waiter said. Let me just split it by couple. No, I interrupted. Separate checks by what each person ordered. Vanessa's head snapped toward me. What? Separate checks. You pay for what you ordered. We'll pay for what we ordered. But it's a family dinner.
Right.
And families pay for their own meals. The waiter looked deeply uncomfortable.
I'll
I'll go split the check. He practically ran from the table. The fallout begins. The second the waiter left, Vanessa exploded. Are you serious right now? Very serious. It's Mom's birthday. I know. That's why Chris and I are paying for your mom and dad's meals. I looked at Barbara and Tom. Happy birthday, Barbara. Dinner is on us. Barbara looked mortified. You don't have to. We want to. But we're not paying for Vanessa and Derek. Vanessa's face turned red. You're seriously going to embarrass us like this? You're embarrassing yourselves by ordering $500 worth of food you can't afford. We thought this was a family dinner where everyone contributes. Contributing means paying for what you ordered. You ordered a $175 lobster. You make way more money than us. So order cheaper food. Derek finally spoke up. This is really messed up, Maya. I turned to him. What's messed up is assuming someone else will pay for your $95 surf and turf and $180 wine. We didn't assume. Yes, you did.
You always do.
This is the 47th time we've been out with you. You've never once offered to pay your share. That's not true. Vanessa sputtered. Chris's brother, Mike, cleared his throat. Actually, it kind of is. Sarah and I have noticed too. Vanessa whipped toward him. You too? Seriously? Sarah shrugged. You do always order the most expensive thing, and then conveniently forget your wallet. I don't forget my wallet. You forgot it at Thanksgiving, and at Dad's birthday, and at Easter. Vanessa looked at her mother.
Mom.
Are you hearing this? Barbara looked tired. Honey, they're not wrong. You do order expensive things when others are paying. I thought tonight was a family celebration. It is, I said calmly. You're celebrating with family. And paying for your own lobster. The waiter returns. The waiter came back with split checks. I've separated everything by seat, he said nervously. Is this okay? I glanced at our check. Chris and me, plus Barbara and Tom's meals. $285 total. Reasonable. Mike and Sarah's check. $160. Vanessa and Derek's check. $514. Vanessa stared at it like it was a bomb. We can't afford this, she whispered. Then you shouldn't have ordered it. Maya, come on, Chris started. I turned to him.
No.
We're not doing this anymore. I've been quiet for 4 years. I've paid for her meals, her drinks, her lifestyle. It stops tonight. But they literally can't pay. That's not my problem. That's their problem. Derek was frantically checking his banking app. I have like $300. I have $150, Vanessa said quietly. They were $64 short. The table sat in awkward silence. Finally, Mike sighed. We'll cover the difference. But this is the last time. You don't have to, Vanessa started. We're doing it for Mom. Sarah cut her off. Not for you. Mike handed the waiter his card for the extra $64. Vanessa and Derek looked humiliated.
Good.
We paid and left. In the parking lot, Vanessa cornered me. You are a cold-hearted bitch. Okay. You humiliated us in front of the entire family. You humiliated yourselves by ordering food you couldn't afford. We're family. Family helps each other. Family doesn't take advantage of each other. Family doesn't assume other people will bankroll their lifestyle. We're going through a hard time. You're always going through a hard time. Meanwhile, Derek just spent $95 on steak, and you spent $175 on lobster. If you can afford lobster, you can afford your own groceries. That's not fair. What's not fair is Chris and I paying for you to live above your means while we're trying to save for a house. She blinked. What? We're saving for a house. Or we were. Until we kept paying for your dinners, your gifts, your emergencies. We've spent over $10,000 on you in 4 years. I'd done the math that afternoon. Between dinners, loans, gifts, and housing her for 6 weeks, we'd spent $10,400 on Vanessa. She had no response.
We're done, I said.
No more free meals. No more loans. No more anything. Pay your own way, or don't come. I walked to our car. Chris followed silently. The drive home. Chris didn't speak for the first 10 minutes. Finally, you didn't have to do it like that. How should I have done it? Privately. Not in front of everyone. I've tried privately. For 4 years. It didn't work. You embarrassed her. She embarrassed herself. She's my sister. And I'm your wife. Your wife who's been subsidizing your sister's lifestyle for years while you said nothing. That's not fair. It's completely fair. Every time I've brought this up, you've said, she's going through a hard time, or she's family, or let's just keep the peace. Meanwhile, we've spent $10,000 on her. He was quiet. We could have had our house down payment by now. I continued. But instead, we've been funding Vanessa's lobster dinners. I know.
Do you?
Because you were about to pay her bill again tonight. I just didn't want to cause a scene. Sometimes scenes are necessary. Sometimes you have to publicly draw a line because private conversations don't work. He didn't respond. We drove home in silence. The family chat. By the time we got home, the family group chat was on fire. Vanessa, I can't believe what just happened. Maya humiliated Derek and me in public. Tom, to be fair, you did order very expensive items. Vanessa, it was a birthday dinner. I thought we were celebrating. Barbara, honey, celebrating doesn't mean ordering the most expensive thing on the menu. Vanessa, whose side are you on? Barbara, I'm not on any side. I'm just saying Maya had a point.
Vanessa, wow.
My own mother. Mike. Van, you've been doing this for years. You order expensive stuff and expect others to pay. Vanessa, I do not. Sarah, yes you do. You've never paid for a family dinner. Vanessa, because I can't afford it. Sarah, then don't order $175 lobster. Vanessa, I wanted to celebrate Mom. Tom, by ordering expensive food for yourself? Vanessa, I hate all of you. She left the group chat. 10 minutes later, Derek sent me a private message. Derek, that was really shitty of you. Me. Paying for my own meal was shitty? Derek, you knew we couldn't afford it. Me. Then you shouldn't have ordered it. Derek, you make way more money than us. Me, and that's my problem, how? He didn't respond. I blocked him. The week after. Vanessa didn't speak to us for a week. Then she sent a long text to Chris. Vanessa, I've been thinking a lot about what happened. I feel like Maya was really unfair to me. I understand that I've made some financial mistakes, but family is supposed to support each other. I'm disappointed that you didn't stand up for me. I need some space to process this betrayal. Chris showed me the text. What are you going to say? I asked. I don't know. Are you going to apologize?
He looked at me.
Should I? Only if you think I was wrong.
He thought about it for a long time.
You weren't wrong, he finally said. She's been taking advantage of us. I didn't want to admit it. Why not? Because she's my little sister. I've always protected her. But I guess I confused protecting her with enabling her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he said, for not backing you up sooner. For letting it go on this long. Thank you. He texted Vanessa back. Chris, I love you, but Maya was right. You ordered expensive food assuming we'd pay for it. That's not okay. We're happy to have family dinners, but going forward, everyone pays their own way. No hard feelings, but this is how it has to be.
She didn't respond.
Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was at Barbara and Tom's house. Vanessa came. Derek didn't, convenient stomach flu. She barely spoke to me. When it was time for dinner, Barbara made an announcement. This year, we're doing Thanksgiving differently. Everyone brings a dish, and everyone contributes. No one person is hosting alone. She looked pointedly at Vanessa. If you can't bring a dish, you can contribute $20 toward the turkey. Vanessa brought a bag of rolls from the grocery store. $4. But she brought something. It was progress. At dinner, there was no expensive wine. No lobster.
Just turkey and sides and family.
Vanessa was quiet. Didn't try to take center stage. Didn't expect special treatment. As we were leaving, she pulled me aside. I'm sorry, she said quietly. I blinked. What? I'm sorry for taking advantage of you guys. I didn't realize how much I was doing it until everyone called me out. I felt entitled to your money because you have more than me, but that wasn't fair. Thank you for saying that. I'm trying to do better. I got a job. Retail, part-time, but it's something. That's great. I know I have a long way to go, but I'm working on it. I hugged her. That's all I wanted. Just effort. She nodded. We weren't friends. We weren't close. But it was a start. It's been 6 months since the Lobster dinner. Vanessa has kept her retail job. Got promoted to shift supervisor. She and Derek broke up, shocking no one. She's in therapy, working on her entitlement issues. We've had 3 family dinners since the Pearl incident. Each time, everyone paid their own way. No drama. Last week, we all went out for Mike's birthday. Vanessa ordered a $22 pasta and water. When the check came, she handed the waiter her card before anyone else could. I've got mine, she said. It was a small moment, but it mattered. What I learned that sometimes you have to cause a scene to set a boundary. Private conversations don't work with people who benefit from ignoring them. I learned that keeping the peace often means letting yourself be taken advantage of. And I learned that family isn't an excuse for entitlement. Family should be people who lift each other up, not people who drain your wallet while eating lobster. To anyone in a similar situation, if you have a family member who constantly orders expensive food and expects you to pay, stop paying. It's that simple. They'll be mad. They'll call you selfish. They'll say family helps family. But family doesn't exploit family. Family doesn't assume someone else will always cover the bill. Real family respects boundaries. And if they can't respect boundaries, they can pay for their own lobster. Final update. Chris and I closed on our house last week. We had enough for the down payment because we stopped funding Vanessa's lifestyle. Vanessa sent us a card. Congratulations on the house. I'm sorry I delayed this for you. You deserved it sooner. Inside was a $50 Target gift card for house stuff. It's not much, but it's something she paid for herself. And that means everything. For everyone asking, was it harsh to do it publicly? Maybe. But 4 years of private conversations didn't work. Sometimes public consequences are the only thing that creates change. Do you regret it? Not even a little. Best $0 I never spent. Is Vanessa really doing better?
Yes.
She's working, contributing, and taking responsibility. She's not perfect, but she's trying. What about Derek? He's someone else's problem now. Would you do it again? In a heartbeat. With a side of shrimp cocktail. That I pay for myself. My sister-in-law ordered lobster and expensive wine. I said separate checks. She learned to order what she can afford. And I learned that boundaries are worth the temporary discomfort. Best family dinner we ever had. Even if it cost Vanessa $514 she didn't have.